Hey, hi, it's me. I feel like I'm always yelling at you guys. Welcome back to Talk4Ten. It's my podcast. I have a few unhinged things to tell you. And by unhinged, I don't know, they're just weird things. So the first thing is that, one, I'm in my car, as I usually am, but I'm parked like 4 houses away from my own house. And you might be like, why aren't you just parked at your own house? And the reason is, I like recording these in my car because the sound's better and it's just like, I know the setup, it's easy. But if I go and park in my driveway and then start recording this, my roommate or my kid will come out to the car and be like, you've been sitting in your car for 10 minutes in the driveway. Like, are you good? And then I got to be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just recording a thing. So instead, I can see my house and I'm parked 4 houses down so that I can record this. Which it's so silly. Anyways, a couple things I wanted to talk about. First of all, how's it going? How are you? You having a good time? Good week? What day is it today? I don't know. Does it matter? Oh, I'm in the middle of doing my floor, so if you've been keeping up to date on my house adventures, I have some planks on my floor. I'm going to try to finish that today. No, I'm not going to try. I'm going to finish it today, even though I have several other things I need to do. And I decided to stop down the road and record one of these, even though I have other things to do. It's fine. Something I did want to talk about was dreams, because I sent a snap to a bunch of my friends today being like, this is a crazy dream I had. And one of them was like, hey, can I subscribe to your dream podcast? Or I would like to know these things. And I actually used to post TikToks that were called Dreamtime TikToks because I dream all the time, like almost every day, and I try to write them down. I don't write them every day, but I do a pretty good job of writing them down most of the time, and I almost always remember it. So my dreams are just insane sometimes, and I think it's very interesting because my partner, when he would dream, he would often have dreams that follow the same kind of themes. So, for example, he'd dream about the military, or he'd dream about girls, or he'd dream about Dungeons and Dragons adventure, like dungeon diving. And most of his dreams kind of had a storyline, or at least one big chunk of the same-ish thing, and just stuff happening. But my dreams are like those weird Google AI images that just continuously morph into something else. Like, how I start the dream is very rarely have anything to do with how the dream ends. It just all is constantly shifting and changing. Every once in a while I'll have a dream that kind of maybe is its own little chunk of storyline, but when I'm writing the dreams down, the titles I give them are always a little funny because it's just I have to try to encapsulate everything that happened, but it's usually 3 or 4 totally different things happening, but they're all connected a little bit. It's just that, yeah, I don't know. I feel like he would have a dream that was this is the story that happened. And when I have a dream, it's here's the 8 just random things that all happened at once. So, for example, the dream that I had last night, how do I describe this to you? Like I said, my dreams can be a little bit wild. And the dream I had last night was kind of intense. It wasn't scary. It wasn't a bad dream. It's just that it felt important when I was in the dream. And all I remember is that, in the dream world, it's there are artificers, and if you're a Dungeons and Dragons person or a role-playing magic fantasy kind of person, an artificer is usually, it's a magic mechanic, it's someone who has magical machinery is kind of the easiest way to explain it. So yeah, magic machinery, that's what I got. So in this dream, first of all, people left notes and letters to each other on pieces of fabric that they hung on the wall, like curtains, which doesn't make any sense. But yeah, you left messages on curtains for people. So that's a whole thing. But also the way that you would call people was kind of magical. But you know how you give your business card to somebody? Well, you would give your business card to them, or your calling card, and that is literally how they would call you. It was not by a phone. They wouldn't type the phone number in. They would use that actual card to call you. So you would get their card, you use it to call you. And then if you memorized their number, which it's not actually a number, it's just like you have the physical card, and if you think of a magical means, it has like a signature, I guess. Like if you were going to cast a spell, it'd be like the identifying factor that would contact that person versus another person. Essentially their magical phone number. But so if you like knew what that magical code was, or the identity, or I don't really know how to describe it. If you just knew like the source code of their calling card, you could use a generic calling card and still call whoever you want. Like it's like everybody has like this generic calling card, and if you memorize your mom's phone number, you can just call them anytime. You don't have to have a new card every time. But they're very complicated, so to call other people, you would need a new calling card every time because it's difficult to memorize like the code, I guess, or the source, or the magical stamp, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, weird way to call people. So in this world, there was something happening, and first of all, I got like knocked out. Like it's like I went to the dentist and went under anesthesia and then woke up, but like it wasn't the dentist. It's just like something happened. I don't really know, but I went somewhere, got knocked out, and then I woke up, and anyway, that's separate because I don't really remember what happened there. But I get up and there's a note on a curtain, and I'm reading it with a couple other people. I don't remember what the note says, but it's on a curtain. What I do remember is that this person attached their calling card to the fabric, and then they overlaid it with a bunch of other fabric. So if you've ever done, I think like if you do embroidery on stuff and then you wet it and then you like pull out all the little tiny threads of the backing so that it's just the embroidery on the fabric that you want it, but not the backing part. So it was like to reveal the calling card, you had to remove several layers of these tiny little threads to reveal it. And each of these like layers of fabrics would say something on it, like only reveal in an emergency, or like one of them said Willow will be worried, or something like that, which is weird. But Willow is actually the name of one of my D&D characters that I'm very attached to, and Willow is the name of the main character of the book that I'm writing. Totally separate thing, but anyway, so Willow is a name that's important in my brain. But anyways, so we start revealing this thing, and the fucking thing that we see, like their calling card looks like insane, like biblically accurate calling card is like what I can say about it. And so what it looks like is like, imagine like a business card shape, or like an access card or something. And then it looks like 3D, like it looks holographic 3D, but I can't tell if it's actually 3D or not, but it looks like it's a card, but it looks like it's got many levels to it. It's weird looking. And it's a bunch of interlocking, overlapping golden shapes. And they're not moving, like they're still. But you know that weird triangle? I can't remember what it's called, but it's a triangle where like if you follow it, it's always correct, and yet it doesn't make sense that it all connects to each other. That makes no sense whatsoever. I think there's another thing called like the never-ending staircase or something. It's just so it's a shape that doesn't make sense, but it's there. So this thing was covered in these golden shapes that didn't make sense but were there, and they were all interlocking and overlapping. And then there was also this like perfect shiny purple like diamond shaped gem, but diamond on its side, if that makes sense. Like it was longer width-wise than tall-wise. I don't know. Perfectly sharp cut like purple gem in the middle of it with like a gold outline. So this card just looked insane. And then there was like a flashback in my dream to a woman who has like a kind of like this like a scarf, and she says something like, we ask her for her calling card, and she says that it would be inhumane for me to teach you how to call me, like something along those lines, where it was like, I actually can't tell you how to do it because you would go insane trying to do it. And then so seeing this weird golden interlocking crazy thing on this curtain message or whatever then makes sense, because like this would be a card that you would not be able to memorize without actually going insane. Like, that's the point. And so we have one of these cards, and now I think the idea is that once we've revealed this card, there's like some universal timer or something, like something important is happening and we're going to need this card. We're going to need to call her, but we can't call her right now. Like, it has to be at a certain point in the adventure, I guess. Also, I'm pretty sure the lady looked like Catherine Zeta-Jones, but from Zorro, like, you know, when she was playing, like, from years ago. Anyways, that's yeah, that was my weird dream from last night. And I guess if you like hearing about my dreams, I have them all the time, and so I could do more dream times. But anyway, I'm over my time limit, so love you, bye.